Phil Hartman sitting behind an office desk in an office. Jan hooks over the intercom. Dr. Hutz, your 10 a.m. appointment is here. Hartman, that's great, Barb. Send him in. Shows Philip Seymour Hoffman as Hunter S. Thompson and Greg Geraldo as Dr. Gonzo enter the office. Hartman, well, hello, and you must be Mr. Thompson. Hoffman, that's Dr. Thompson, but you can call me Hunter. Hartman, and who do you have here with you? Hoffman, this is my attorney, Dr. Gonzo. Geraldo stares at Hartman and says, you have no idea what you've gotten yourself into, my friend. Hartman, okay, well, people don't always bring their attorneys to their entry interview into drug rehab, but that's perfectly fine. Anyway, Hunter, what brings you here to Dry Gardens? Hoffman, I was arrested for parking my car in the Desert Room lobby before a Debbie Reynolds concert. The cops found on us 2 bags of grass, 75 pellets of mescaline, 5 sheets of high-powered blotter acid, a salt shaker half full of cocaine, and a whole galaxy of multicolored uppers, downers, screamers, laughers. Also a quart of tequila, a pint of rum, a case of beer, a pint of raw ether, and 2 dozen amyls. Hartman, huh, well, that's a lot of drugs. Hoffman, not that we needed all that for the trip, but once you get locked into a serious drug collection, the tendency is to push it as far as you can. Hartman, of course. That's why I'm thrilled you've come here to drug rehabilitation. Geraldo gets up out of his chair and yells, listen, hombre, we are here so that I can present that Mr. Duke. Hartman, oh, I'm sorry, I thought it was Dr. Thompson. Hoffman, I have an alias for my wild escapades. Geraldo, we are here so we can present to the judge that Mr. Duke went to rehab, and we want to know if you will help us break into the police station to get back our stash. Hartman, well, being a drug rehab facility, I can't possibly entertain such an idea, but I can promise you both, potentially, that if you work our 12-step program the right way, you won't need your stash of drugs. Hoffman, how long can we maintain? I wondered. How long until one of us starts raving and jabbering at this boy? What will he think then? This same lonely desert this rehab center resides was the last known home of the Manson family. Will he make that grim connection when my attorney starts screaming about bats and huge manta rays coming down on the car? If so, well, we'll just have to cut his head off and bury him somewhere, because it goes without saying that we can't turn him loose. He'd report us at once to some kind of outback Nazi law enforcement agency, and they'll run us down like dogs. Jesus, did I say that? Or just think it? Was I talking? Did they hear me? Hartman, I heard everything you said, Hunter. Geraldo, Raoul. Hartman, Raoul. And quite frankly, I'm a little worried that you don't quite have the right mindset for rehabilitation. I mean, you just said aloud that you're considering decapitating me. Hoffman, never mind. It was all just a big joke. Hartman, well, that's a relief. Hoffman, actually, I'm poolside at the Flamingo right now, talking through a portable phone some dwarf brought out from the casino. I have total credit here. Don't come anywhere near this place, you bastard. Foreigners aren't welcome. Hartman, sir, you still are at Dry Gardens, not the Flamingo. Geraldo, this guy's starting to remind me of a fucking cop. Hoffman, few people understand the psychology of dealing with a highway traffic cop. A normal speeder will panic and immediately pull over to the side. This is wrong. It arouses contempt in the cop heart. Make the bastard chase you. He will follow. But he won't know what to make of your blinker signal that says you're about to turn right. This is to let him know that you're pulling off for a proper place to talk. It will take him a moment to realize that he's about to make a 180-degree turn at speed, but you will be ready for it. Hartman, I have to be honest, gentlemen. I'm quite confused by Raoul's ramblings. I'm clearly not a highway traffic cop. Geraldo, fuck this pig. I'm going to go wait in the car. Geraldo gets up and starts to exit the office room. Hoffman, there he goes. One of God's own prototypes. high-powered mutant of some kind, never even considered for mass production. Too weird to live, too rare to die. Hartman. Anyway, Raoul, I have a form here that you're going to need to fill out before I can find a bed for you. Hoffman. Panic. It crept up my spine like first rising vibes of an acid frenzy. All these horrible realities began to dawn on me. There I was, alone in Las Vegas, completely twisted on drugs, no cash, no story for the magazine. On top of everything else, a gigantic goddamn hotel bill to deal with. How would Horatio Elder handle this situation? Stay calm. Stay calm. Hartman. I'm sorry? Hoffman. Sorry. What I meant to say is, live from Tom's phone, we're not alive. It's Saturday Night Live, starring an ever-evolving cast that is unionized and refuses to allow their names to be mentioned until their demands are met. Musical guest, Jefferson Airplane, and your host, Hunter S. Thompson. Ladies and gentlemen, Hunter S. Thompson. Applause, applause, applause. Thompson. Thank you. I used to be a writer for this show, but I wasn't getting any of my sketches on, so I quit. And now, after I quit, I'm finally getting somewhere here. Some of the other writers may soon follow my example. Anyway, it was wonderful working for the show. It reminded me of the early days of the Rolling Stone, what with Harold Ramis giving everyone golden showers. The producer running the show was very nostalgic for the 1990s, decade that the movie Fear and Loathing Las Vegas came out, based on my book of the same name. Applause, applause, applause. The way the producer feels about the 90s, similar to how I feel about the 1960s, particularly in San Francisco. San Francisco in the middle 60s was a very special time and place to be a part of. Maybe it meant something. Maybe not. In the long run. But no explanation, no mix of words or music or memories can touch that sense of knowing that you were there and alive in that corner of time and the world, whatever it meant. There was madness in any direction, at any hour. Could strike sparks anywhere. There was a fantastic universal sense that whatever we were doing was right, that we were winning. Jerry Garcia comes out and starts playing Friend of the Devil. Thompson. I lit out from Reno. I was trailed by 20 hounds. Didn't get to sleep that night till the morning came around. Set out running, but I take my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. Applause, applause, applause. Thompson, we got a great show tonight. The deceased members of Jefferson Airplane are here. So help me chase that white rabbit as we try to get back that spirit of the 60s just one more time. We'll be right back.